Hey, good morning. This is Thomas from thomasyoungauthor.com, and 2 days ago I published a video. It's called "The Darkness of the Gay World," in which I talked about where that darkness lies, and that I've been I've become a victim of, if you will, or had to endure sort of the darker sides of that world in the form of a lot of harassment, intimidation, and stalking, which is commonly referred to as gangstalking now, which is becoming talked about ever more. As you see on the internet, there's this huge discourse going on about psychopathy and about narcissism, and and you can see gangstalking basically as a way of a society where the people are growing ever more narcissistic and psychopathic, and that is and gangstalking is basically seen as a sort of next level form of harassment and bullying. It's also a form of harassment and bullying that has to do a lot with sort of the social media and new technologies. So for example, a lot of bullying and harassment and gossip goes on in group chats. I'm aware that for years now, for more than 10 years now, I've been a hot topic in a lot of these group chats. Videos and pictures were circulating about me, and I can sense that on a daily basis. I run into people I don't know, and they look like me, like I'm some kind of ghost, and they know who I am, they recognize me. And then you have sort of different reactions. Some are friendly, but a lot of them are not. They either give me sort of an angry look, or they as if I did anything wrong. I don't know what I did wrong, what I did to these people. Or they have this, they run away sometimes. People I know even, they don't want to talk to me. Or, have this sort of very smug confidence. Like, who do you think you are? Do you think, then they feel like, I wouldn't say they feel guilty about something, but they know, I know what they did. And, and some even, they think, these are people, I run into, these are people, I don't know, but a lot of these people, I kept a lot of people busy. And when you have to endure such harassment for over 10 years, and you wonder, why was that? Was that just because I used substances? Or I don't know. Oftentimes, a lot of people feel offended by me, not just by the same things I say, but just my presence. My presence is often an affront to them. And also the things I'm writing about now, about how I think about homosexuality and gay culture. I always thought about that in that way, and a lot of people perhaps sensed that about me. That I was always a little skeptical, I was on the edges. I didn't really participate in a lot of things, and I think that is what pisses a lot of people off about me. That's why they don't like me. In the notes to this video, I will also post a link of another person who was gangstalked like more than 10 years ago, and he gives a 2-hour account of what he had to endure, and that sounds very much like what I had to endure, because that is a kind of harassment that goes on a daily basis. And well, in German, these kind of tactics are called Zersetzung, which means something you make people, you isolate people to such an extent, or you harass them to such an extent that you will drive them into suicide, or you will drive them into going mad, or something like that. That's usually what's behind it. And in the link I'm putting up under the video, you will see a guy, and he will tell you what kind of things he had to endure. And he's also the kind of, I don't know him, but he's an American, I think. But he's the kind of guy I used to be friends with when I was young. You know, the kind of gay guy. That's the kind of gay guy we were, and we hang out with, and you know, we were sort of isolated always from the rest, though. Felt isolated, and you know, so a lot of guys like me experience such, you know, extreme forms of bullying and harassment. So it's not only me, and it's not about me using substances or engaging in promiscuous sex or whatever. Because I always wondered why is this happening to me? And I always find out, it always baffled me. And I think if you want to understand gangstalking, you know, gangstalking works so well because basically almost everybody participates in it. Sometimes, you know, not willingly or unwillingly, sometimes, you know, consciously, subconsciously, but everybody's willing to participate. And I was always amazed at how eager people are to participate. How eager people, I don't know, or even I barely know, are willing or willingly tell untruthful things about me. Or things about me they cannot even know, but they like to repeat and tell other people. And, you know, malicious people, you know, they know how to take advantage of that. They know how to use you. And they use those stories. I mean, I had people coming to my house, threaten me, threaten me to throw acid in my face, you know, inflicted severe burn wounds on my hands, all that kind of stuff I had to endure. And then when you go to the authorities, well, these are doctors or, you know, the police, they say, well, I have the impression they believe me, but they're like, yeah, what can we do? That is their attitude. And, you know, especially with some of these police officers, especially the what is it, LGBTQ police officers, I also have the impression some of them are at least aware of what is going on, but, you know, they cannot do anything since, you know, they are gay people, they are victims, you know, what can we do? They are, you know, they are angels, what can we do? We have to protect them. So yeah, this is what I had to endure. And it also sort of confirmed me in my beliefs about how I think about homosexuality, the gay world, the gay identity. Because, yes, I mean, there is a really dark side to that identity, to that world. And you see, denying that can be, you know, really, really, really dangerous. That was it for today. Thank you.